we'll try and keep track of days of the week. On Monday we used a towel, just a kitchen towel, a hand towel from your bathroom, a scarf, whatever you've got lying around the house that is closest to you. If you want to grab that, we can use that. And you can do that, and I will just say hi. I'm Nicole Watkins. Thank you guys for being here. I'm teaching for Kaira Studios. We're happy that you guys are here, and we hope you are enjoying these classes. Trying to stay strong and healthy and stay home. So, as per the usual, we're going to start standing. And I have a few things that we're going to do some level changing today. So we're going to come up to standing first. We're going to grab the towel and just step your feet wide. Also, happy Earth Day, everyone, and happy birthday to my dear friend Lizzie, who's on. So we're going to take the towel, and I've got an overhand grip, and I'm just gently pulling it apart. I don't want you to feel like you've got to break the towel, but I'm pulling it taut. We're just going to inhale and start to stretch the arms up, feeling where my shoulders, when I go, sometimes they want to lift up, sometimes they fall down. Just don't think about them going upward, just let them move, right? So don't try and be perfect. And then you're going to bend the elbows and let the towel come behind the head. And then we're going to reach back up, breathing in, and then bringing the arms down. And then lifting up again. Exhale, bending the towel, taking it behind the head. And then reaching back up and coming down. We're just going to continue to explore that. Whatever stance of your feet and your legs feels comfortable for you. And coming down. 3 more, going up. Bending the elbows, pulling gently at the towel. I almost called it a bar. I mean, if you have a bar, a pole that you want to grab, you can do that too. And back. And up. And down, 1 more like this, going up, and back, and up, and down. Then we're gonna do a little side to side. Keep the feet parallel and maybe even slightly, like almost feels like it's turned in. And what I want you to sense is even though your big toe mound of your foot is connected, see if you can get the pinky edge of your foot to really connect. Taking the towel, keep pulling it apart gently. And you're going to pull one side down towards the ground so it stretches the other side. You're going to inhale there. Feel from the top arm all the way down the side of the body into that pinky edge of the foot. Press through that. Squeeze your belly to drag yourself back to center. Then you're going to inhale, go to the other side. Oh, click, click, click in my body. Exhale, I'm going to drag myself back to center. Inhale, pull, and then stretch the other side. Feel the feet pushing down. Exhale. Pull yourself back to center. Inhale, other side. Exhale, pulling back to center. Inhale, stretching. Exhale, pulling back to center. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, pulling back to center. Let's keep this stance. Take an underhand grip of the towel. Pulling it apart, hug your elbows by the sides of your body, and I want you to think about a little lift right in the front of the armpit, right underneath the collarbone. So like that's just going up, up, up. And as you go up through there, you hug your elbows in. So sometimes when we hug the elbows in, our shoulders hunch forward. Keep the collarbones broad and pull the towel apart. And what you're going to do is relax the pull as you squat down, sending your butt back in space. And then exhale, press to the feet, squeeze the tush, and pull the towel. So you're going to inhale, just kind of relax if your towel goes a little slack as you squat. Then exhale, pull the towel, squeezing the elbows in as you pull the towel apart. And then release as you squat, pull as you straighten. And release as you squat, and pull as you straighten. This is number 4. Inhale down, exhale up. 5. And up, 6. Breathing, and up, 7. We're going to do 10 of these. 8. And 9. And 10. Just really gentle. Then we're going to bring the feet in a little bit of turnout position. You're going to kind of roll your hands inside of this, however you want to, right? So you just roll it in. And you're going to bring your elbows up to the height of your shoulders, and my hands are kind of at my chest, and I've just rolled my, whatever you want to do here, right? I'm just rolling my hands in, but whatever you can do to bring your hands closer, you can just grab the center of your towel. Just make it easy for yourself. I'm gonna let my shoulders fall a little bit onto my ribs. I'm gonna pull my hands apart and reach my elbows to the sides of the room. And I'm gonna inhale, drop down. Exhale, keep pulling as I come up. We're gonna do 10 squats here. Inhale down. Exhale, keep pulling the elbows apart. Like I'm trying to elbow bump the sides of the room. And so I'm just reaching my elbows wide and I'm gently pulling the towel. But really focus on the elbows and the grip of your hand. So your shoulder strength and your grip strength have a direct correlation. So here you can really squeeze the towel and get a little forearm hand workout and get the shoulder work as you're also getting some leg work by squatting. Reach the elbows wide. 4 more. You know, Pilates teachers, we don't always count. So we might be at like 12 instead of 10. And coming up. Then we're going to bring the legs closer together underneath us. Keep reaching the elbows wide. And what we're going to do is see if we can squat down. So we're going to reach down as we squat down. I'm letting my hands go in front of my knees. I'm reaching down. I'll turn to the side so you can see. And then I'm going to pull as if I'm resisting, drawing my towel to my chest and my elbows wide. Let the shoulder blades come a little bit together as you do that. Inhale, reach down and out with the arms as you squat. Exhale, pull and pull what's it called? The towel apart and the elbows wide. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. I'm reaching through my fingers as I go down and then I'm gripping with my hands and pulling as I come back up. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And pull. 9. Last one. 10. And then relax your towel. And I got a little work in my arms, but not a crazy amount. So then what we're going to do is relax, drop your towel down. You're going to imagine that you're going to get a break, but you actually don't get to have a break. You're going to rest all the way down on your back, coming down however you can. And then we get to play a game of getting up and down from the floor. So come to resting all the way on your back with your legs straight down. See what you can do, however you do it. It doesn't have to be elegant, but you're going to come up to standing and you're going to try not to use both your hands. So what we can do is take one hand to one thigh. So one hand to the same side thigh. Glue them together, so do not let them come apart, and then try and come up to standing. So however you're going to come up. You can use that hand that's not attached to the thigh. Come all the way up, then go right back down. Go right back down. And then we're going to do that 2 more times on the same side, and then we will try the other side. So I'm going to try a couple of different ways of getting up and down. You can use your free hand, take your time. So I'm turning around. I'm going to see if I can go the other way now. And it just depends on your body. All right, coming all the way down. Switch sides, so switch hands. This other hand can be free to help you. You're going to roll, come up however you can come up. Roll to the side, come towards the hands and knees, but only one hand can support you. Sort of swing to the side if you want to. Come back down. And then I'm going to go this way on this side. Reaching my arms. So you can be all over the place with this one. And come back down. Last time like this. Keeping that hand on the thigh. And then coming all the way down. This time, you actually get to stay down. You're going to grab your towel, fold it so it can create a little ledge for your head. And you get to rest all the way down. Towel behind the head. Supporting the skull rather than the neck, right? So you want the skull to fall into the towel. All right. Isn't that weird? Like, so when you do that level changing, going up and down, my heart rate is like a little bit shifted, so it's nice. Wiggle the pelvis a little side to side. Just crawling the pelvis away from the ribs. And then see what you can do to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Grab the hands and just rock the arms side to side to kind of crawl your ribs away from your pelvis. As I do that, my head shifted, so I'm going to adjust. Bring your feet fairly close together. Squeeze the feet, the knees, and the hips together. Grab your towel that's around your skull. Grab the edges and pull a little bit through your hands. Also reach your elbows towards the ceiling. Once you get your elbows really reaching towards the ceiling, it pulls your scapula around and onto your ribs, so now your shoulder blades aren't just collapsed on the mat. So we're reaching. You're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, levitate your head just like half an inch off the mat. Breathe in there and exhale. Squeeze the feet, squeeze the knees, gather the pelvic floor and belly. Gently curl up like you're lengthening and curling around your heart. Taking your time as you do this, making sure that you're gentle in the belly, right? So we're not trying to press the belly up towards the ceiling. We're trying to keep it just hugging in, like it's hugging our organs. Do I need more pelvic floor support? Do I need more right side abdominal support? Do I need more left side? What's going on with my shoulder blades? Am I trying to lift my head up, or can I let my head fall into the towel? And then come back down. Breathing in. Exhale, come right back up. Pulling the head up, curling up. You guys, I can tell the temperature changed in Los Angeles because it's a lot hotter in here than it normally is. And then coming back down. 2 more. Coming up. Thinking about lengthening and curling around the heart rather than how high the head comes up. Making sure the belly is not pooching up towards the ceiling, and coming back down. And then last one, curling up. You're going to stay there. You're going to see, do I need to release the towel? Sometimes that's a lot of work to keep the head falling back and the shoulders there. It feels great on the neck, but it's hard work in the belly and the arms. So if you need to shift it, let go of the towel, reach your arms, just support the head and the hands. Just do what you need to do. Float one leg up to tabletop. Breathe in. As you exhale, float the other leg up to tabletop. Breathe in. Exhale, see if you can let your head hang and curl around your heart a little bit more. Send one leg away from you and pull the other leg in. And then you're going to switch. Single leg stretch, but with your head supported. Switch and switch. And your switch could be up and down. So if you're seeing that it pulls in your back or your belly, just take one leg up and down. Right? So just straight up towards the ceiling and the other one bends in. If you're ready to challenge yourself a little bit more, you take the leg out at a lower angle. So 45 or even lower, right? So finding what's right for you. Breathing. Sinking the belly back. Head in the hands. Excuse me, head in the towel. Reaching the elbows up so the shoulder blades aren't resting on the mat. Whew. Feel the work. And then bending both knees in, plant the feet, take the head down. Take a moment, just let your arms rest. My triceps, from like attempting to straighten my arm by pulling the towel, I'm like working a lot in the triceps close to the elbow. So let's just give our arms a break by stretching them down by our side. The palms or the pinky edge of the hand can connect with the mat. If your towel is like super thick, just move it to the side. But if it's thin, like a kitchen towel or a hand towel, just leave it. We're going to do some bridging here. Feet about 6 bones distance apart. You're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, hug the belly that you were just working as you push into your feet and lift your hips up. Breathing in at the top here. Exhale, release, and roll down. I'll tuck my shirt up so you can kind of see. Rolling down. And then breathing in at the bottom. Exhale, pressing and lifting up. And then rolling down. Let the shoulders relax as you do this. If rolling down doesn't feel good for you, just take the butt down. Just come up and down by hinging in the hips. You can hinge up and roll down, or roll up and hinge down, or you could pick one. And then rolling down. One more just right here in the center. Pressing to the feet, lifting up. Let's stay up here. Keep the ribs slinging back into their imaginary hammock. Feel the shoulders falling into the mat so that the neck is not taking the weight that the upper back needs to be taking. Step your feet up wider. I'm not even going to say the width of the mat, because depending on the body, you may be able to go the width of the mat, but you might just be wider than your sits bones. So my feet are probably going to go about just outside my frame of my pelvis. And then I'm going to internally rotate my thighs and slightly internally rotate my feet. So I'm going to adjust my feet and my knees and my thighs. to get my knees as close together as possible. So I'm squeezing my knees to the middle. So I've got internal rotation, and I'm just gonna do some little pulses here, like I'm gonna hot potato drop my butt down, squeeze my knees and come up for 1. Exhale, squeeze and come up for 2. And it's sometimes very easy when we get into these pulses to kind of arch and lead from the back. Let your back fall into the hammock. Your legs should be picking up the pelvis, which picks up the spine, right? So it's not leading from your back. Wait for your feet and your legs to engage to pick you up. And that might mean your range of motion is small, and that is okay. Keep squeezing legs together. This helps kind of get into a little medial hamstring. 2 more like this. Staying up. Now, walk the feet back to center, separate the knees, and we're going to do the same thing but with turn out. So you're going to turn out the legs. See if you can wiggle around to where your heels are touching and your toes and your knees are pointing outward just a little bit. Squeeze the heels, lengthen the butt towards the backs of the knees and lift it up. Squeezing the heels, pulling your butt towards your feet, and the same thing, you're just going to drop down, wait for the squeeze of the heels and the pressure down through the feet as you come up for 1. Inhale, exhale up 2. Inhale, exhale up 3. Inhale, exhale up 4. Don't lead from your belly or your back. Let your feet and your legs press to bring you up. 6, 7. Where are those abdominals and pelvic floor connection? 9, 10. Then rolling down and release. All right, bring your towel back to your head if you lost it. Reach your elbows up. And again, if your towel is getting like it's too much, like you can't really let your head relax, it's too much load for your abdominals right now, just let it go and support the head in the hands or bring the arms down by your side or even keep your head down as long as you can keep your ribs down. So grabbing the towel, you're gonna breathe in. As you exhale, pull with the towel and curl up. You're going to breathe in and squeeze that hamstring on one side as you float the other leg up to tabletop. I'm going to breathe in, and as I exhale, I'm going to rotate my opposite shoulder blade, armpit, elbow towards that side. So I'm thinking opposite armpit to knee, pulling that knee in, but I'm pushing down through my foot that's on the ground, so I'm keeping that hamstring and glute engaged. And then I'm going to inhale and stretch the leg away and let that arm and head come down. And then exhale. Curling and rotating up 1. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale. It's like a very modified crisscross. 3. If you feel up to it, you just keep going with this. If you want to add on and you feel up to adding on, you float the other leg up to tabletop and just hold it there. All right, so you just keep working with that, just you've added a little less stability. I'm going to keep my foot down because that's what feels good for my stability. 3 more. Coming up. And then every now and then, like I'm really noticing I'm losing my head in the towel. Keep letting the head be heavy in the towel. Now I'm going to do 2 more there because I finally let my head actually fall into the towel. And then switch sides. Floating the other leg up, pressing into the foot that's on the ground, curling the opposite shoulder blade, elbow, armpit around. Take a second because one side always feels different than the other. And then stretch it out. Push into your foot on the ground. Inhale, take elbow and foot away. Exhale, bring them closer together. 1. Inhale out. Exhale, coming in 2. Inhale out. Exhale, coming in 3. Inhale out. Exhale 4. Oh, I lost my head. Keep your head in the towel if you're using it. Pulling with the hands. My arms are also working. 2 more. Maybe an extra bonus one on this one. I said 2 more, but I meant 3 because now my head is finally dropping in. And then find center. Keep your head on the mat, and if you find that it's pulling too much at your neck just to lay your flat, or your ribs are really off the mat, grab a pillow or roll your mat up so your head has a slight elevation, or you could even like double over your towel and give yourself a little head support there so your ribs can drop down. So whatever works for you. I'm going to use my towel though for this next thing, and I'm going to grab it just like we did when we were standing, and I'm just going to have my hands over my shoulder joints, stretching my arms to the ceiling. I'm going to drop my shoulder blades, my ribs, and my upper arms back into the mat as I gently pull the towel apart. As I did that, I could feel my waist kind of engage a little bit, and I can feel my ribs want to thrust off the mat, but I'm going to use my belly to keep my ribs down. Float one leg up to tabletop. Float the other leg up to tabletop. I'm going to keep my ribs down as I inhale and stretch my arms overhead. Exhale, I'm going to pull the towel and reach towards my toes, curling up. Then from there, I'm going to hook the towel at the shins and push my shins in there and help me curl up just a little bit more. Chin towards the throat. Then I'm going to pull my knees in but stay curled up that high. So I'm really curling into a little ball. Push my butt down a little bit because it wanted to curl in a little too much. And then we're going to do double leg stretch here. So you are going to inhale and stretch the arms and legs out. Exhale, pull the towel, curl up, curl up, curl up, curl up. Inhale, going out with the arms and the legs. The legs could go straight up, arms could go straight up, right? That could be an option. Exhale, curl in, curl in, curl in, curl in. Inhale into the mat. Exhale, curling in, curling in, curling in, curling in. Two more. If you needed to keep your head down this whole time, that's fine. Just work to keep your ribs down. One more. Exhale. Then take the towel to the shins, push the shins away, and see if you can rock right up to sitting. Take the towel to the side. Reach the arms out in front of you. You are going to, with control, roll down. Reach the arms overhead. Breathe in, and as you exhale, come up to standing, however you want to, without using your arms. You can use momentum, but don't use your hands, unless you absolutely have to. So however that looks, right? So whatever that looks like, make your way back up to standing. Then from here, towel time. If the towel doesn't give you as much stability as you need for standing work, just dump it, right? I won't know the difference. You're at home, I'm here. So you're gonna split the feet as wide as you need to have a little balance. You're gonna push off your back foot so that you're on the ball of your foot and your toes. We're going to take the towel, underhand grip. You're going to stretch it out in front of you, and we're going to squat down, taking the towel up, but I don't want you to arch your back like this, right? So keep your belly working here so that your ribs are over your pelvis. Pubic bone and tailbone aiming straight down. Inhale, going up. Exhale, pull and press the arms down towards the thighs. So I'm pulling the towel apart and pushing down, squeezing the backs of my armpits. Inhale, arms go up as you squat down. Exhale, pulling down. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing the hips as you come up. Inhale, squatting down. Exhale, feel the feet. Feeling the down to find your up. We've got 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, pull with the back of those arms. Pull with your arms. Lengthen the neck. Pull, 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 pull. Let's do one more. And then you're going to take your towel down to the mat, bending both knees. Find your hands on the mat. And then if it feels okay, take your back knee down gently. Roll, not onto your kneecap, but to the front of your knee and pick your foot up. So you're like dropping your hip forward as very yoga stance. So adjust however you need to. If I'm more on the thigh part of my knee, not my actual kneecap, and I'm picking that back foot up and stretching. So as I bring my foot closer to my butt, my hamstring's cramping. I feel it, but my quad is stretching. And then release. Take that leg back, step the other foot forward. We get to do the other side. So I'll face the other way, but you guys can face the same way. Find your stance, push off your back foot, arms out in front of you, belly still working here. Inhale as the arms go overhead, so you're stretching your ribs, but keeping your length. Exhale, pulling down. Okay, so we'll do what we should do, tree imagery today. I'm late to the uptake, we're almost out of time. So feel your rooting down through your feet as you do this. Exhale, coming out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pressing to the feet. Keep the ribs over the pelvic floor. Squeeze your back push here. Get it working. A lot of times it's kind of goes a little limp back there, but you can use it to your advantage. 3 more. On this side, I'm back bending a little bit. Don't back bend. Keep your ribs over your pelvis, even if that means your arms don't go as far overhead. All right, going down. Take the arms down. Just use your hands. Gently come down. I'm going to wiggle my front foot a little more forward. I'm going to roll or kind of lean forward, stretching the front of my hip a little bit. Pick my back foot up. Bring that foot to my butt. Woo, and stretching there. Little quad stretch. And then release. Then we'll finish with a little seated neck exercise. So I'm going to turn to face this way. Sitting in whatever comfortable stance that is for you. That could be sitting in a stool or a chair nearby, or it could be sitting on the ground, legs out, cross-legged, whatever. Folding my towel like this. Support your head in your hands. Bring your elbows a little forward and up. And I'm pushing my head back into the towel without lifting my chin up. So I imagine my eyes are parallel to the floor. I'm going to sort of use the edge of my towel here as like a little base at the, as a little hook at the base of my skull. And not only am I sort of pressing my head back into the towel by pulling with my hands, I'm also now going to lift up here. So I'm creating a little sling system for my skull, lifting my skull off my spine. And then I'm going to breathe. And notice when I inhale how my skull wants to pull down and my chin wants to tip up. And what you want to feel is that when you breathe in, your skull can actually glide a little bit away from your sacrum. Exhale, find your belly. Inhale. Exhale, keep pushing your head back into your towel. If your upper back is waking up, fantastic. And keep pushing your head into your hands. So you're continually pushing your head into the towel as your chin draws towards your throat. Then you imagine you're curling around your heart. Keep pushing your skull into your towel as you slowly round forward. And notice when I round forward, I'm not trying to take my whole body. I'm keeping my head pushing into my hands. I'm rounding forward like I'm pivoting over my heart. Pushing the head into the hands and stacking back up. One more like that. Push the head into the towel. Draw the chin towards the throat. Keep pushing the head into the towel. One of my teachers in college used to be like, imagine you're pale than a stick, which is like very violent imagery. But it's helpful. So I imagine there's like right in my solar plexus a little guiding pole that I'm rounding around, pushing my head or my skull into my towel, and then keep pushing as you stack back up. Then from there, release your towel down. Take a nice side bend one way. Take some arm circles there, following your hand with your eyes. Oh, you guys know I love this. This is like one of my favorite things to do throughout the day. Go to the other side. Circling there. My neck feels better, you guys. Just doing that last little bit. So I like in these 30-minute classes, I end with like the simplest thing. So just doing this arm movement, doing a little pressure, even if you don't have a towel nearby, just to press your head into your hands and give it a slight amount of traction is so stabilizing, especially since we're all doing a lot of this, or at least I am 100% guilty of that. So hopefully that will help just reset. It's good to do it, like, especially if you're if you guys have headsets that you can do any calls that you're doing. And then, I don't know if you want them to, it's like a very, I own the space kind of power, but you could sort of take your hands behind your head, press your head into your hands, so that way you can do it while you're doing that, so you don't have to stay just totally locked into your screen. You can come back into your own alignment and your own body and reset for a second. So just homework for you. All right, and also practice getting up and down from the floor, because that's wonderful to be able to do that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy Earth Day. We hope to see you later in the week. Tomorrow, you guys will get an email with a replay class. And then on Saturday morning, we have a 10 a.m. class, 10 a.m. Pacific time. if you guys want to join us for Saturday morning Pilates. And then we're also going to do a Q&A after class on Saturday. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy Wednesday, happy Earth Day. Again, I'm Nicole Watkins, teaching for Kaira Studios, and we hope you're staying strong, staying healthy, and staying home. Bye, guys. Thank you.